Hello, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And you know what? Today is Tuesday, so hey, we're here with Terry Johnson online everywhere. Let me stop things binging and pinging over here.
Singing and pinging.
Yeah, we have so many devices, between the phone, etc. So on Tuesdays, Terry Johnson is so gracious to come to us all the way from New York City and give us tips on how to do business better in terms of digital marketing. And so, guys, hey, look at here. If you don't have your pencil, get your pencil out, okay? Because it's note taking time. Because we want you to make money in your business, and TJ is here to help us do that. Now, if you have not already shared this, please do so. Also, we want to ask you to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can be able to watch us on the replays. You can find Terry Johnson online everywhere at Terry Johnson Online. And before she gets started, I'm going to give a shout out to my partner, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups, and we're the Biz Chicks. So let's get this party started. Hey, TJ, how you doing?
Hello. You are so excited today. I love it.
I
It's
am.
infectious.
Oh, good. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm always excited when you come. It is a privilege to have you come all the way from New York City over here to the West Coast just to help us out and around the globe. So,
Right. We're global, so we're everywhere.
exactly. How's
So it
everything on Clubhouse?
good. Dr. Tati is there and she's in listening mode and more people will join, no doubt about that. So thank you. Thank you for that warm welcome. I love being here and talking about digital marketing topics because I feel like it's important to business owners and people that want to do things online, especially where I read I have to go back into detail, but I read a study that there was a lot of there was more people shopping during the pandemic online than ever before.
Mhm.
And I've heard the statement that, oh, it's because people are in lockdown, but I study human psychology a little bit. I do a little reading, and
Mhm.
my feeling is that once you get used to a habit,
Ah,
you don't give it up easily. Now, there will be the option where, when things open back, and I mean things, I mean like offices and people going back to offices. But I've heard stories that they're going to, Google, companies like Google are giving their workers the option to come in because they don't have to because they discovered how well this, working at home works. So people
yes.
will have the option to go in because they want to break from the surrounding. So, but that doesn't mean we're going back to 2019 when everything was that way. It's going to be where they're used to the convenience of things coming to them. And that, like I said, that's a habit that you won't break. A lot of people won't break, even though they're going back to work or back out or, doing things. I will say, people say the new normal, but you've gotten used to having things come to you. We're
Yes.
humans. We are lazy. And I'm one. So you gotten used to the movies streaming in your house, TV shows. And there's an article, like I think it came out today, that there are two movie theater chains that that are
Yes.
close. Oh, we got an echo. And it's gone. Movie theater chains that shut down permanently. There was
Mhm.
two theater chains in California.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, I forgot the name. It
Okay.
was in the news today. Permanently.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Two theater chains. So um that's my indication. And I don't know everything. I'm just saying from what I feel, my perspective is that we've gotten used to things coming to us and we're going to stick with that. And there's going to be like, yes, we're going to go out and go to things,
Mhm.
but you've gotten used to things coming to you.
I,
Thank you, Amazon.
I agree with you on that, TJ.
Hmm. Hmm.
I know that a lot of things are opening up, but
Hmm.
people still like the idea, even if we're not having it delivered, the idea of doing things differently. My daughter still pulls up at Walmart and hasn't put the groceries in the car. And
Yes. So
there's no need for that contactless
right.
effort. But she
Yes, contactless. That's it. Contactless. And here's another thing. Amazon, I think we mentioned this on the Tech Friday show. Amazon is buying up shopping malls. And you go, why? I'm going to tell you why. They're going to be fulfillment centers for those people that are, want to get in their car and go to work or go somewhere. They pass the mall every day. They pass the mall. Well, guess what? You're going to order something on your phone or at the office. And instead of waiting the 2-3 day delivery, because in New York, we have a 1-day delivery on some things. You pass that mall, you're going to go into the mall, pop your trunk, they put your packages in, they close your trunk, and you go on your merry way, and you don't even get out of the car. That's why Amazon is doing that.
Sounds like a plan. They'll have plenty of parking space.
Well, yeah, because people are going to want to go to things, but we've gotten used to things coming to us. So I'm not saying it's going to be 100% the Jetsons, but people that are saying, well, the pandemic, everybody's locked down and they're doing things out of, habit because they're locked in or locked down. Those habits are going to stick. So,
and also they're cost effective in a lot of cases.
Yes.
No overhead for the office space.
This was something that workers wanted to work from home for years, and employers were like, well, no, because you're going to go off.
They were scared. Yeah.
Pandemic happened. No choice. People are and they're saying, oh, well, production levels are still there.
And they went up in a lot of cases, huh?
Mm-hmm. And on the other side of that, there's going to be, and I talked about this before, if you're into mental health, that mental health area, that's going to be even bigger because people that decide to stay home will need that mental health component. They will need more services when we're lacking in that right now. So you're going to see telehealth, biomedicine, all of those things happen where you don't have to go to the doctor comes to you. So those things are happening. So, and it's not going to be 100% everything comes to us. It's just going to be a balance. It's going to be a hybrid.
And there'll be an option, right?
Now, I don't want to talk about that because we're really here to talk about email.
About what?
Email marketing.
Well, we got a couple of comments. You want me to put them up?
Okay, let's pull them up.
Switch subjects. Okay. Hi, Vanessa. Hi, Bobby. Bobby says 1 year of no biz theater is hurting for sure. And she goes on to say, let's see here. 2021, the year of remodeling and funerals.
Yeah, those are industries. All of the industries that didn't see any kind of growth 2019, they're booming now. And the ones that were seeing good growth in 2019 are not. That's travel industry, entertainment, restaurant. Those are the industries that are not doing well. Why? Because you have to go to it. You have to go to the restaurant. So the things that are coming to us, and then remodeling is why? Because everybody's inside and looking around. Well, I meant to get to, remodeling the kitchen. I never had time. Now I got time. And then they're inside their home looking at it with new eyes. They didn't look at it before because they were busy working. So that's what remodeling, interior design, decorating, construction, those kind of industries are seeing a boom. And you have to look at why. So there we have it. But I want to get into today's topic. We have a few more minutes left.
I'm sorry, I didn't know we weren't there yet.
No, that's okay. That's the part of business. That's a part of marketing, and digital marketing is a big topic. So that's why I always say I want to give you a little bite and not the whole apple. But we've been talking last week. We talked about spring cleaning, so I want to continue that theme for this month to things that you need to look at in your digital marketing strategy. So last week we talked about lead gen, which was, the lead gen is act of getting people involved in your business. It's the first part of the funnel where they get interested, and then you do things to pull them in to get them to buy. So one of those things you need to look at and use was email marketing. We talked about that, but there's one particular part of email marketing I want to talk about is opt-in marketing. Now, if you don't know what the opt-in market, I'm going to give you the definition from the officials, and then we'll talk about it. So opt-in email marketing is a marketing campaign that uses permission-based email collection methods to capture email addresses from willing consumers. So once you have a potential customer's email, you can add it to your marketing list and you can do all kinds of things with it. So now let's break that down. Opt-in marketing is simply the box that you see when you go to a website. You ever seen the box that says, "Oh, get this free checklist. Put your email name and email address." That's an opt-in box.
Oh,
that's called opt-in. Or when you go to a website and a little box pops up when you come in or when you leave, and it says, "Hey, we've got this free thing for you. Put in your name and email." Those are all official term is called opt-in. Now there's several other types. There's if you go to a website and they have a box in line in the middle of the text, like they're talking about jewelry, and then gold jewelry, this, that, and that, and then they go, "Oh, do you want to know the types of jewelry? Put your name in this box." It's in the middle of the text on the page. That's inline opt-in, but that's still an opt-in. Right. So opt-in is just a box that you see, or a form, or a little, there's different types. Sometimes when you scroll like halfway through a web page, there's a little box that pops up on the left or the right. Those are all opt-in. What they want is to capture your name and your email address. That's it. So the opt-in captures that information. Okay, so that's a part of the lead gen that we talked about last week, which was what we need to focus on as business owners instead of focusing on the likes. Remember I said, "Oh yeah, likes are great, but you can't take them to the bank. You know, you got your likes on a platter, you go into the bank, I'm making a deposit, and the bank is like, what are those?" But you want sales, and people generate sales. So you have to step it back and say, how do you get people to generate sales? Well, you talk to them through email is one way, but you got to capture the email addresses. So the opt-in is simply a box or an item on the website that captures the email address. Now, people ask for this. Let's talk about this. People ask for a lot of things in those boxes, but you want to keep it simple. Name, you want the name. First name, last name, however you want it, but you want the name. That's why you always see the general, like 90% of them have name, email address, because those are the two things you need to start with. Now, the ones that ask for your address or different things, they want your
birthday,
they want your phone number. I don't fill those out because I'm like, that's not necessary on the first date. And here we are talking about dating. So when you got somebody that doesn't know anything about your business and you direct them, remember we was talking social media, you want to direct them with your call to action to a landing page or a website. Well, once they get there, they're new. They don't know you. So you want to introduce yourself and say, "Hey, let's continue this conversation in your email. Here's a free something. You decide what the free something is, a chapter out of an ebook, a checklist, a roadmap, something that they would want that works for them of value." And you say, "Hey, all you have to do is give me your name and email." That's it. Don't ask for anything else. And you go, "But Terry, I need more." You get more on the second date, which is when they fill out the email and you give them the free checklist template. You decide what it is, that thing of value. They call it I forgot the name, but you give it to them and they get it in the email. That's the touch point. That's the first touch point where now you can relax, take your shoes off and say, "Well, now tell me more about yourself." Do you ask more questions, and they're more receptive because you didn't ask a whole bunch of questions at the beginning with that opt-in of name and email. Right?
Okay. That makes sense. Yes. It's sort of like, you dance with somebody a couple of times, they ask for your phone number back in the 70s because that's all you had. You probably wouldn't have an email now or some kind of DM or something. Anyway, so you ask for how to connect the next time, but you don't get to walk me home. You don't get to know my address.
Right, because we want to keep this simple. That's why we talk on this show on BizChick. We talk about marketing as fishing, dating, or gardening. Those three things. because they all have a process where you start out with a minimum amount of fuss, and then the next step you do this and you do that and do that, and then at the end is the goal. You reach the goal of, with dating is possibly partnership, marriage. With gardening, the flowers bloom, the vegetables grow, and then with fishing you get the fish, right? So it's real simple. I want to keep it real simple here,
please, because when people start talking in what do you call it?
Marketing talk.
Yeah,
jargon and acronyms and the persona and the code and the CPA.
Something, ever since the word funnel has been bandied around, I think I have zoned out. This is like
funnels is just the way you attract a customer.
But they never said that. They never said that.
Okay, so I'm gonna quickly explain why. If you Google digital marketing or marketing on Google, you're going to get a lot of stuff you don't understand, because that is for marketing teams of corporations, not a small business owner trying to figure out how to, create a strategy that gets them the end goal. And I said last week, the end goal is not likes, it's sales, it's customers, it's money in your business bank account. So that's why there's two tracks, especially with social media. There's the influencer track, which all they want is likes and followers. They don't care about it. Well, they do care, but they can take number of likes and followers to a brand, a company, and say, this is how many people I have in my community. So, so-called, I'm not going to get into that, but they take those numbers and they do brand deals, sponsorship deals as an influencer. But if you're a business owner, you don't want to be an influencer. You do in a way, but your main goal is sales, money in your bank account, your business bank account. So that's why there's two tracks. And a lot of the advice out there, especially for social media, is talking about how influencers should do things, which is based on likes and hearts and, followers and this and that, which are all good metrics. I'm not putting those down. I'm just saying, as a business owner, you are concerned with the bottom line. So you need to do things online that increase your bottom line. And we've gotten away from that. So that's why, part of that with marketing, I want to make it simple here. We talk in simple terms. Like I gave you the definition, but we talked about really what opt-in marketing is. It's simply a box or a pop-up or a little, and there's different ways of doing it, which we'll talk further in the next hour, 11:30, because we're going to continue this conversation over on my page, Terry Johnson Online. So you can get there, terryjohnsononline.live. We're going to continue in the Clubhouse. We won't disconnect the Clubhouse. It's just that now we're doing BizChick digital marketing, and now we're going to move the conversation.
Yes.
Just to break up the time.
Exactly.
We got a comment.
Yes. Yolanda says, I hate the word funnel, just a means for keeping in touch with customers. Now, see, yes. I can relate to that.
Yes.
Just, and when you explained it this morning that it was just a way to create interest, I'm like, oh.
Yes. Okay. It's just a word that is used in I call it marketing world, because a lot of articles and things you find online for digital marketing is geared towards marketing teams, because when you're a corporation, you have a sales team, a marketing team, a PR team, lawyers, this and that, and they're all siloed. They're all in their own separate departments.
Yes.
So when you hear a lot of talk about KPI, CTA, things like that, you get confused. Yes, a KPI is simply key performance indicator, which means your goal as a business owner. I want sales in my bank. I want sales that put money in my bank. Gotcha. That's your KPI as a business owner. So, but there is all of those terms: persona, KPI, CTA,
and I'm not mad at them because I'm not mad at them, Terry, because every industry has its own language.
Right.
You know what I mean? But we had to go back and learn the language just so we could translate it. That's why I'm so glad you're here.
Right. That's what I'm here. I'm here to translate those terms for you. So if you're confused and you want to keep it simple, this is a place to be. So you join the Biz Chicks at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific, and then you join me. I'm going to continue the conversation and get into a little bit more detail about what we just talked about in the 11:30 hour at TerryJohnsonOnline.live. So you can join me there, and we're going to talk more about it. But this is what I'm here for. What we're here for, to keep it simple, to explain things in a simple manner, so that you getting it. It's not about talking about the terms, because there's tons of them. When you Google them, you can go, oh, so many terms. What do they mean? I mean,
exactly.
To give you the language, the simple language, and convert it into simple terms.
Okay. Now, so you want to have something that drives people over to a page where they'll want to give you their email address so that you can continue the conversation.
Right.
How do you start that process? Do you do that through MailChimp or?
Well, see, now you're getting ahead. We don't want to get ahead.
We don't want to get ahead.
Sorry. Now we're thinking about and there's a comment you might want to.
Yes, I can put that up. It's a nice long comment. Let's see. I've been doing digital marketing for a long auto dealership for over 3 years. I keep the business in front of their Facebook page followers. And wait a minute, I'm having trouble seeing that. And they sold more cars year after year since I've been here. Last year, they sold more cars than they had ever in the past 34 years. Love Facebook organic marketing. Okay, so thank you, Troy, for that comment.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about that before we close this session. So, see, they've discovered that online marketing, the organic way, and when he says, or I'm assuming it's a he. I'm sorry, Troy, if it's not. Organic marketing means the simple act of what we're talking about, that you build a relationship with your customers online. You don't want a one sale thing. So there's certain things that you say and do on social media and your website and email and whatever to nurture that relationship. So organic marketing is a nurturing relationship. The other part of this is the ads, which is called in marketing or PPC, pay-per-click. That when you hear PPC, pay-per-click, think ads. So you can run ads to get people into your funnel, which is one of the words we were talking about. Is just your funnel is your system of how do you collect emails or other information to build the relationship with a customer to get them to buy. So you see this is testimony here that you use Facebook organically without running ads, and you see the difference. Now, sometimes this doesn't work for every industry and you need to run ads, and nothing wrong with that. Facebook is the best place for ads because they're the cheapest so far out of Facebook and Google and some of the others. LinkedIn has ads also, but Facebook, you get more bang for your buck. If you decide to do that, but you don't have to do that. So that's why there's two things: there's organic and ads. Okay. So I love that testimony. So I'm going to put up the link where we're going to continue this conversation because it's almost 11:30. So we're going to take a small break and then we're going to move this conversation to another live stream. And Clubhouse, we are recording, we're live streaming. So that's why I have recording in the description. So if you come up in the second part of this and you want to talk, it's going to be recorded. So just be mindful of that. Okay. So guys, I want to encourage you to follow Terry over to, if you're not already on Clubhouse, over to Clubhouse or over to her Facebook page. And we have that up on the screen there, and continue the conversation where you can ask your questions and get some expert advice. Right. So also, it'll be Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, it'll be everywhere. So but you can just go to the address that I have here and you'll see what you'll be directed. Yeah. So you'll be directed. TerryJohnsonOnline.live. Okay, just like BizChicks.live. Okay, I get it. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. And remember that tomorrow is Wednesday, so we'll be talking about your money with Coach Karen all the way from Toronto, Canada.
Thursday, we will be talking with Robin Shimizu and friends about happy, healthy habits. And on Friday, we'll be talking tech and English with the Biz Chicks, meaning it will be clear or we will clarify. Okay?
It will be clear.
Clearer. Yes. So with that, I just want to thank you and remind you, go to the front of your own line. You deserve it. Have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow. Don't forget, TJ's still going to be online, guys. All right. Bye-bye.